What's up, folks? It's your boy Levelhead back with another video. I'm not annoyed easily. Certain things what you would think should get under my skin or make me mad or make me want to retaliate or whatever. Oftentimes, those be the things that don't get to me. But I'm sitting here at the present moment, and I am annoyed with what I'm starting to see on YouTube, especially amongst the, I guess, Nintendo audience. And it's not everybody, but I'm starting to see it, and it's really not making any sense to me. This whole idea that Nintendo with the Switch should have more third-party titles at this time than they have. This idea, this notion, this thought, this belief is really annoying to me, and it's annoying to me for a whole bunch of reasons. One, if you've been rocking with Nintendo for the last, let's just say the last decade, the last 10 years, you know, and I'll go a little bit farther than that. Let's say the last 15 years. That's that little bit fair. Then you already know, just in that small amount of time of being a Nintendo fan or following Nintendo, that third party and Nintendo don't hold hands like that. They don't get along like that. Nintendo ain't supported like that. So if you know that, why constantly act like something is going to change because Nintendo has a new platform out, a new devices in the market? Oh, I guess third party just for the come because Nintendo got a new market. When we learned that is not the reality with the Wii, we learned that with the Wii U, we learned that with the GameCube, we learned that with the N64. We're there with the Switch right now, a month, and this is the kicker, people. We bought this system on March 3rd. March 3rd. So we're literally a month and a few days, maybe 4 or 5 days removed. This system has been on the market. It has been available for sale for a month and 5 days at the most. And you're complaining that there is not enough there within the first, but then you knew that when you bought it. That's my problem. You knew this going in. You knew what was going to be available. And if that wasn't the reason you was buying it, why did you buy it? I know why I bought the Switch. I know exactly why I bought it. Because I wanted to play the definitive version of Zelda. And I want Splatoon 2, and I know when that's coming. I want Mario Kart that's coming in a few more days. I want ARMS. See what I'm saying? Now, I didn't know about Snake Pass and all that, but now that I have the option to play, I got Snake Pass. I'm enjoying that. Fast RMX, I knew about that. It's dropped. I bought that. But I know why I bought it. And third party had nothing to do with that equation. Now, here's the thing. We all see when I started to, and I use myself. When I started to complain or to take aim at Nintendo when it came to the Wii U, I started to do that about 2.5 years into the lifespan of the Wii U. I saw the writing on the wall. I remember me and Mr. L Live 08 would sit and just look at things and be like, man, I'm thinking something wrong. There was a whole bunch of things that was saying something is wrong. The marketing said something was wrong. Reggie's body language, the way he was phoning it in, the way you could tell he had no cares for this platform was showing me that, dude, something is wrong. When you sit there and watch a Nintendo Direct and 45 minutes, about 30 minutes of the Nintendo Direct is dedicated to the 3DS and 15 minutes is to the Wii U, something was wrong. But when you started complaining about it, oh man, you tripping 3 years, all right, but that's 2.5 years. And like I said, that was light little acknowledgments or just acknowledging what I'm seeing. And then as that prolonged and went on into the rest of the lifespan of that system, yes, I turned my back. I was like, oh, okay, I'm done with the Wii U, because Nintendo is obviously done with the Wii U. Third party never had anything of praise to say about the Wii U. Rarely you saw, maybe Ubisoft early tried to, maybe the Warner Brothers and all those tried to, but for the most part, you knew third party was done with the Wii U. Well, the conversation around the Switch and third party is absolutely different. But folks, we all know that it's not going to be coming no day one within the first month, especially when Nintendo released the system in a off at the most uncommon time. You didn't release in the holidays. You released in March of the following year after the holidays. And to see some of the stuff that we have on the Switch already is kind of remarkable. To see a game like Snake Pass, Unreal Engine 4, up and running within a week, optimized within 2 weeks, and in the eShop for sale day and date with the other platforms is remarkable. You have all this in your face, and because this game and that game that you should not have even expected to be there is not there, you want to complain and start acting like something is wrong? Man, people, what in the world is wrong with these folks? Now, I take it that some of y'all just got that itch that y'all got to buy new devices because everybody else is doing it. You got to join in on the hype. You got to join in on the bandwagon. But if that's the thing that motivates you and kind of persuades you to buy things, then you balling backwards, folks. Because you always going to be disappointed if you only buy it because this dude over here in his channel and these folks over here, everybody acting hype about it. So, of course, you got to join in to the conversation. These YouTube critics, man, I'm starting to see like, man, I don't have no problem with criticism. I don't have no problem with griping and fussing. I do have a problem when the timing is off. And it really makes no sense at this moment to be fussing. Now, if you're going to be fussing about online and still not knowing about online, I'm with you with that. I agree. You should be. I want to know more. I want to know when I was watching a video on the Switch about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I didn't really hear any real conversations about voice chat and things like that on Mario Kart 8. They did say we can go online, but it seems similar to the Mario Kart 8 experience on the Wii U. That's concerning to me. To me, I had that conversation. Like, dude, what's up with Nintendo and this voice chat? Why we still kind of left out in the dark on voice chat, things like that. I'm with that argument or that concern, but talking about certain third-party titles should be here on the Switch, really? I don't think so, because Nintendo has to sell this system. They had to make this system enticing. They seem to be doing a great job of that because we're hearing a lot of folks that we never heard interested in the Switch, interested in Nintendo, interested in this Nintendo platform. We ain't seen this in decades, folks. Third, Microsoft and Sony, and Nintendo is never going to be treated like Microsoft and Sony. You got to stop with that narrative. It's not going to be parity. It's going to take a while before Nintendo is walking step in step with Microsoft and Sony. It ain't happening. First of all, when you go buy a Sony or a Microsoft device, you're not buying it for specific first party necessarily. You're buying it for games in general. You just buying it for what's ever coming out. That's it. You look at the E3s or whatever they show, you seeing a plethora of different companies making different games. That's why you buy that platform. Third party runs the show on those platforms. First party is just an add-on. It's the icing on that cake. I say this all the time. But Nintendo, third party does not drive sales on any Nintendo platform. And it ain't gonna do it with the Switch. It's gonna be the added icing that might add to your desire to buy it. But it's definitely not going to be the thing that you're looking at. If you're not looking at first party, then the Switch should not be enticing to you at all. Unless the only aspect of it that I can say will be enticing to you is the fact that you can take it with you on the go. And that's why third party is so interested. Because of this new ability, this new luxury to take it with you. This is going to kill in Japan. And as contrary as people want to be about it in the Americas and Europe and all the Western nations, that is appealing to them as well. It wasn't appealing to me until I actually done it. Now I see the appeal. So yes, no, the gamepad might have not been that thing that was going to persuade third party. The Wii remotes might not have been what third party, but the ability to take a traditional console with you on the go with enough power to really run your games, that adds an element to the game that the other two companies cannot duplicate, which would create an opportunity to sell that wasn't there before. Because that's an enticing difference. If I can go to work with this, because, these gamers putting in crazy hours, look at the cats on, beat Zelda 10 times over and already crackhead want more stuff, man. So with Nintendo, everything is going to be determined by first party offers. And folks, if you can't see what Nintendo is doing and the swag that they have while they're talking about this Switch, that tells me that there's going to be some titles that hasn't seen the light of day on their home console counterpart. Yeah, it always showed up on the handheld, but now that this system is a hybrid of both, when Pokemon shows up, that's going to drive crazy sales. When Monster Hunter shows up from Capcom, that's going to drive crazy sales. So yes, I bought it for Odyssey, for Zelda, for Splatoon 2, for Mario Kart 8 and ARMS. And I probably won't give 2 cents about Pokemon. But I know there's probably 50 million individuals that do, and probably more than that, because we see the sales of the 3DS, and a lot of those sales are predicated around the idea that you get a chance to play Pokemon. Look at the sales of Pokemon. Look how much Pokemon sells, folks. So third party are excited because they know there's a strong possibility, if they don't already know that it is coming by Nintendo on miles. I know I'm going long, but I got to get this out. I'm pretty sure they've been prepped on Nintendo's plan going forward. And their confidence is not on what I can do on the platform. Their confidence is if Nintendo put the right games from their home, from their first party developers and developed games on the platform, it's going to sell. They know this. They know Nintendo. They know if Nintendo can do what they do on the handheld counterpart, on the home console, which now they have no choice because it's both, and they're trying to go under one umbrella. If Nintendo put a Pokemon game on the Switch, Animal Crossing, yeah, all that stuff I don't give 2 cents about. If this stuff shows up on a Switch, you're going to get that migration of all those 3DS and DS owners who caused them platforms to go hundreds and plus 50, 60, and, they're selling that many platforms, going to come right over to the Switch. And a lot of them dudes and females are already doing it. A lot of those handheld lovers are already making the migration to the Switch. But when Pokemon show up, it's going to happen. When Animal Crossing show up, it's going to happen. When Monster Hunter show up, it's definitely going to happen. And that's when you will start seeing a migration of third-party developers developing games for the Switch because the sales is going to be there, which the sales are already showing that the Switch got long life. If Nintendo it's doing well without those games being announced, but it's the reality that those games are going to be announced. Chill out, man. It's been a month and 5 days. A month and 5 or 6 days. Take some sleeping pills, take some aspirin, clear your headache or whatever you need to do. Chill out if you hunger pains, go eat something. But chill out with all this nonsense about what should and shouldn't be here and what's going on. Like I said, that's my opinion. I'm done. I ran it for going on 16 minutes now. I'm close to 16 minutes. But anyway, boy, this is your boy Levelhead signing out. Till next time. Deuces.